Today is Friday, November 12th, 2021. We're going to take a look at the price action this morning on the NASDAQ utilizing the AbleTrend charts and signals. It's a pretty solid morning. As you can see, it got a nice little sell-off at the open and then reversed and got a really strong trend to the upside for a good portion of the morning. Something noteworthy is it's always good, I think, if you trade the Nasdaq to take a look at the QQQ, the Nasdaq ETF. Obviously, we've been on this is the daily chart of the Qs. We've been on a buy signal on the daily, weekly chart since October 17th, and we've just been grinding higher. That's kind of how and when we made new all-time highs right here. But what's interesting is over the last couple days, as you can see, we've pulled back to this support area. Green bars pulling back to support. Again, this is on the daily, weekly chart. And so knowing that going into today, I had a feeling that there might be some kind of bounce that might happen, some kind of, we pulled down to that support level, thought that there was an opportunity for a good bounce and then run up to the upside. And, that's kind of what ended up happening this morning. Just kind of something to have in the back of your mind. Obviously not going to trade off that, but just good to know. So let's zoom into the morning action at the open. At the open, you had a nice sell signal. Here's the open right here, opening bar. You still had 3-minute support printing. It didn't, 3-minute sell didn't show itself until this bar. So you would have waited a couple minutes, seen this nice bar, and come in. I want to say that's a divergent bar. Come in, and you would be short at 58.50. That ran down quite nicely, got to a low of 06.50 there. 2 green bar exit right here, maybe at 31.50. And so you would have been out at 31.50 utilizing AbleTrend guidelines, in at 58.50, out at 31.50. That's a nice almost 30 points. Not a bad way to start the day. If you had like a 50-point profit target out there, that would have been hit. So it was a great start to the day there. You only took maybe 5 points of heat once you got in there, and went against you maybe 5 points or so. So really good, strong trade there with not having your motions tested. Kind of got chopped up here a little bit here in the no trade zone, trying to break through this 3-minute resistance. It eventually does. I wasn't looking to get in right here. This is the time to get in. 3 minutes starts to show itself and you get a blue bar. I don't like that. I want to wait for a pullback to test the 1-minute support, and so I sat on my hands on that one. Here we printed a sell signal, and then what was great about that is it quickly reversed once it got to the 3-minute support area, and then we got a buy signal right here at the 69 or so. Going to go in there at 69 and change. Took about 10 points of heat, so you might have been stressing out a little bit if you have like a 15-point stop. Never got down to that level though, and then accelerated to the upside, and we got a great trend from there. So we were then at 69 and change. 2 green bar exit would have been maybe around 24 or so. So let's say we got out there. Definitely missed out on an additional run, but that would have been a nice, let's say 50 or so points there. So 30 points in the first, almost 30 points in the first trade, 50 points here. Great morning for trading. Especially when you get this really strong trend to the upside, which I kind of had a feeling we might, given the fact that we're, like I said, on that daily support level on the Qs. So that was basically the trading for this morning. Something I always am aware of. When we do get a long run like this, we were buying at let's call it 70, and got to a high of we ran over 100 points on that. depending on where you got out. If you got all that, you may not have, but we ran over 100 points. Um, I'm reluctant to jump in on another buy signal after we've already ran that much. Obviously, we could always continue to trend higher, but I'm just reluctant to jump in on a new buy signal, especially when we have a long bar that's longer than most of the previous bars. I'm just a little reluctant to jump in on that. Obviously, it's easy to say that right now after the fact, because as you can see, we didn't really accelerate to the upside. We kind of got chopped around right there. I did not take that trade. Um, but that's just something I kind of have in the back of my mind after we have a long run like that, especially one that's lasted um, yeah, about an hour or so. So just something to note, but a really good morning today. If you follow the signals, good sell-off at the open, and then even if you missed that and you just got this one trade right here, that was plenty for the day. So that was price action on the Nasdaq this morning, utilizing the AbleTrend charts on November 12th, 2021, and have a great weekend.